Did you know that falling is not a random accident, but a predictable and preventable event? Today, we enter the crucial story of Mrs. Eleanor, 75, who faced a silent threat, the fear of falling. This fear turned her cozy home into an invisible minefield, causing her to become sedentary and doubling her risk of falling. We will discover the secret to breaking this cycle and regaining confidence. Welcome to Senior Life Joy and Wellness. We are committed to bringing you the most useful and engaging content for your golden years. Your support with a like, a share, and a subscription is the biggest motivation for us to continue building videos that can change your quality of life. Part 1. The Psychological Trap, the Vicious Cycle of Fall Fear. Mrs. Eleanor, living in a quaint English town, was once very active. But everything changed one winter morning when she slipped on a small rug outside the bathroom and fell. Fortunately, she only sustained minor bruises, but the incident left a much deeper invisible wound, psychological trauma. The subsequent fear completely controlled her life. She began avoiding adventurous activities. She no longer dared to walk in the garden after dark, wouldn't step onto a stool to reach for things, and constantly clung to walls or furniture while moving around the house. She believed limiting her movement was the only way to stay safe. This is the vicious cycle of fall fear, a psychological phenomenon geriatric experts call defensive passivity. This passivity led to a rapid decline in her muscle mass and balance, and paradoxically, it doubled her risk of falling again. She had unknowingly turned her fear into a self-fulfilling prophecy. Her granddaughter, Sarah, a young physical therapist, recognized that Eleanor's problem wasn't purely physical but psychological. Sarah convinced her that to regain independence, they had to confront that fear with knowledge and smart exercises. Part 2. The first pillar, breaking fear with science. Sarah began by explaining that falls are not fate. They are the result of deficiencies in 3 body systems: vision, vestibular, inner ear, and proprioception, muscles and joints. With older adults, all 3 systems decline. Therefore, recovery requires a comprehensive offensive strategy. Sarah introduced Eleanor to a program called Functional Balance at Home, focusing on movements that mimic daily life. The most crucial element was building confidence through safe support. The golden rules of at-home balance exercise: always use support. Never practice balance in the middle of a room. Always stand next to a sturdy table, chair, or wall for support. Move slowly. Perform each movement deliberately and slowly, allowing the brain and inner ear time to adjust. Quality over quantity. Consistency matters more than intensity. It's better to exercise for 5 minutes twice a day than 30 minutes once. Sarah emphasized that the mindset is the biggest muscle to train. Daily exercise, even for just 10 minutes, sends positive signals to the brain, reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and gradually erases the psychological damage caused by the fear of falling. Part 3. The second pillar, 3 golden exercises for independence. Eleanor was instructed in a sequence of simple exercises requiring no expensive equipment, focusing on restoring stability to the core and thigh muscles, the 2 most critical muscle groups for maintaining balance. 1. The chair-supported single-leg stance. This is the classic exercise. Eleanor stood behind a sturdy dining chair, lightly grasping the backrest with one hand. She gently lifted one foot off the floor for 5 seconds, then slowly lowered it. Initially, she could only hold it for 2 seconds, and her whole body trembled. But Sarah explained, "Grandma's muscles are waking up. That's a good thing." The goal was to gradually increase the holding time to 30 seconds per leg. This exercise forces the core to engage and trains proprioception. 2. Chair yoga, seated chair yoga. To improve flexibility and circulation, Sarah introduced gentle yoga movements, performed entirely while seated in a chair. Neck rotations, shoulder rolls, and hip stretches helped reduce joint stiffness and allowed Eleanor to regain range of motion without putting stress on her knees. The deep breathing in yoga, also helped calm the nervous system, directly counteracting the anxiety caused by the fear of falling. Research on yoga therapy in older adults shows it significantly reduces fall risk by improving reflexes and self-awareness of body position in space. 3. Heel-to-toe walk. Supported. This exercise was performed along a wall for safety. Eleanor had to place the heel of one foot directly in front of the toe of the other, walking slowly. This movement mimics walking on a narrow surface, training both static and dynamic balance. This exercise is particularly effective at activating the small muscles around the ankles and strengthening the connection between the eyes, inner ear, and muscles. Part 4. The third pillar: assistive devices are strength, not weakness. A major psychological barrier for older adults is using assistive devices. Eleanor stubbornly refused to use a cane because she feared it made her look old and frail and dependent. Sarah explained that this was a dangerous misconception. Canes, walkers, or grab bars are not signs of weakness. They are tools for maintaining independence. Canes or walkers, these devices expand the body's base of support. For Eleanor, using a stylish cane when going out would allow her to walk longer distances, maintain better balance, and continue participating in social activities, preventing isolation. Grab bars. Installing grab bars in the bathroom, especially near the toilet and shower, is a life-saving investment. Medical statistics show that 80% of falls that occur indoors happen in the bathroom. Accepting an assistive device is an act of courage, demonstrating a proactive defense of one's independence. Eleanor changed her mindset, realizing that staying home out of fear of falling was the real weakness. After 3 months of consistent training, the change in Eleanor was astonishing. She not only regained muscle tone, but also developed a new sense of self-assurance. She successfully broke the vicious cycle of fall fear. Now, when walking, she no longer clung to the walls, but walked upright, head held high, and frequently practiced the single-leg stance while doing the dishes, using the sink for support. Mrs. Eleanor's story is a powerful testament. Independence and confidence are not limited by age, but by fear. Turn that fear into knowledge and action. Will you start the chair-supported balance exercise or check your bathroom for grab bars? If the video is helpful, please hit a like to spread the message, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue this journey together.